You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for Monday, May 26th through Friday, June 6th. We have got Willow scared, as she should be, and Dante is going to snap, and Kristina is scrambling. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. So on Monday, May 26th, happy Memorial Day, and they are airing an encore episode, a rerun from a few months back that has a few storylines relevant to several storylines this week. I'm not going to tell you everything that's happening on the episode. If you want to watch it, you can, but I'll tell you the ones that are important. There's a few. This was the episode where Sasha found out she was pregnant with Michael's child. And of course, he's just come back to Port Charles. And at this point, everybody thinks Sasha got pregnant by Jason, but Michael may want to change that. So that's important. Also, this was when Liz and Lucky found out that Lulu had hightailed it out of Turning Woods. Remember, she overheard Cyrus talking about taking her to, was it South Carolina? That was when Cody picked her up as a hitchhiker with no idea she was Dante's ex-wife. And of course, that's important because Lulu and Cody have come a long way since then. And now Lulu has got him scheming with her, and it's going to bite them both in the butt. This episode also had scenes of Ava's trial when Rick pushed Kristina on the stand to admit her fall was an accident, and Ava's acquittal, of course, laid the groundwork for Kristina to cut those brake lines, nearly killing Liz and Rick, leaving her mom Alexis paying blackmail to cover for her. Tuesday, May 27th, we are going to pick back up with fresh storylines because on Friday, Michael scooped up Wiley like fresh off the nurse's ball stage and was walking out with him. He's taking him to Carly's. He's not even playing games. He came into town hot and mad. Willow and Drew try to follow. They want to get Wiley back, but Jason gets in the way and tells his twin brother and his piece, don't try and follow Michael. Jason ominously tells them that would be a bad idea. I don't know if that's actually going to stop Drew, but we'll see. Meanwhile, Nina runs over and begs Sonny to help. Nina's desperate for Sonny to get Michael to compromise with Willow over the kid. She knows that it's an issue. Carly is amping things up, so Nina's looking to smooth the way. But Sonny was trying to blame it on Nina and said it was her. It was craziness. Anyway, Cody's feeling very guilty and remorseful on Tuesday's episode and tells Lulu they didn't do this right. She may start to see that now that Lois told Lulu that BLQ had no idea it was Gio. Lulu had this whole idea in her head, because of her grudge, and she just didn't play this right. Plus, Lois is in the hot seat with, everybody. She's going to have to answer to an outraged Brook Lynn on Tuesday, among others, including Dante, who comes spoiling for a confrontation. Olivia and Ned are going to come for her. Brook Lynn tells her mom Lois she will never forgive her for hiding her son under her nose. Dante was pretty much ready to pounce on BLQ for keeping this secret, but then he overhears her ranting at Lois, and that kind of gives him a new perspective, and he's going to take some heat off of what he has to say to Brook Lynn. Sasha, meanwhile, is a bundle of nerves, and someone calms her down, and it's likely Michael who eases Sasha's anxiety, and he may tell her, don't sweat that subpoena from Rick. Now that he's back, Michael's going to deal with all of that. He doesn't want her worried. Trina and Kai are making out after the ball, and he asks if she's sure. Looks like they are getting intimate this week, and Tracy tells somebody stop right where they are. Looks like she comes up on Emma and Gio. He's packed and ready to run, and Emma's ready to go with him. Gio feels rejected, alone, unloved, and ready to put these liars in his rear view, but Tracy's not going to let her great-grandson go. Then on Wednesday, May 28th, we've got Brook Lynn and Dante worried and desperate to find their son Gio and explain things. This is going to be a hard sell, but they are innocent in this. Brook Lynn knew a little, Dante knew nothing. He was totally in the dark, and definitely nobody rejected him. Meanwhile, Chase has to make a confession, and he may come clean to Dante that, sorry, I've known for a while that my wife was pregnant with your child back when you were teenagers. Chase is in a really hard spot. He cares about Dante. He loves Brook Lynn, and they talked about this a lot. And with it being a closed and private adoption, they didn't think there was any way to find the kids, so they rationalized not telling Dante. And of course, none of them had any clue it was Gio. That's all on Lois and Gloria. Michael gets a warm reunion with the Corinthos family. Everybody was thrown for a loop when he showed up at the nurses' ball. He didn't give Carly, Sonny, or anybody much a heads up that he was coming home. It looks like Jason was the only one that got a warning call. Nina confides in Maxie, and I'm sure it's about all the Drew and Wiley and Michael drama. On Thursday, May 29th, Trina and Kai take things to the next level. Ned and Brooklyn have a heart-to-heart, and Ned finally is going to get the whole story from BLQ about her teen pregnancy and why she never told him. Dante lashes out and confronts Lulu. She blew up lives instead of handling this in a more reasonable way. She's got a lot of explaining to do, and Dante's probably going to accuse her of targeting Brooklyn and devastating Gio instead. Michael catches up with Jason, and Sasha has some advice for Cody. Then on Friday, May 30th, Alexis gets together with Kristina and Lucky, and I'm sure they're going to be plotting for a way to keep Kristina out of prison while stopping the Ava and Rick blackmail payments. Curtis has some doubts. Liz and Laura catch up on Friday, and Ava has some advice for Nina. And Michael is talking to Sasha and has a request for her. The week of June 2nd through the 6th, we are going to have Lulu desperate for Dante to forgive her. Now, Lulu was repeatedly warned that this was going to come back around and bite her, and yeah, it has. In addition to Dante, lots of people are upset with Lulu. Dante already told her he loved her but can't be with her, and now she has widened that gap. I don't feel bad for her. Kristina tries to find a solution, but Alexis already demanded that her daughter not tell Sonny and said it would make things worse. But Kristina might do it anyway, even though the best solution is for her to take accountability and not let Alexis cover for her or Sonny either. Portia's pleading with Curtis, and of course she's terrified she is going to lose him. But even if Portia talks him down, the ketamine reveal is still looming, so Portia is only buying a little more time because she's just a repeat offender with lying to her husband. Michael adjusts to being back in Port Charles. We'll have to wait and see if he goes back over to the Quartermaines to move into the gatehouse or if he sticks with Carly while he heads into this custody battle. We'll see if Willow can talk him down, but I think her living with Drew is a deal breaker. Since Michael wants Drew to pay, Michael may be more amenable to talking to Willow, but there is no way he is going to accept her taking the kids to Washington, D.C. Now, Michael may be more flexible as long as she agrees they don't leave town, because I do think he's going to want to be part of Sasha's baby's life. Meanwhile, Curtis and Michael do a lot of catching up, and Sonny's going to be pushing to find the firebomber at last. He needs this info before he can decide on whether he'll sell the peers to Sidwell or not.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.